Welcome back to the program. With us tonight is a very special guest. Mr. Joel Grunfeld is actually a CLTC, a certified in long-term care, and I invited him tonight to talk to us about what long-term care is all about. You know, we're just coming now from Shavuos, the time that we read the Aseres HaDibros, and from all of the Ten Commandments and all of the Aseres HaDibros, the one that is mentioned in the Torah and in the Aseres HaDibros that it says, Leman yarichon yamecha, that you will have a long and prosperous life, is relating to Kibud Avayim, Kabed Asavicha Vasimecha, to show honor to your father and to your mother. And what's so interesting is that Rashi says, what does Kabed mean? Rashi says that Kabed means providing them with their needs, everything that they need, food, they need clothing, they need shelter, and all in an honored way, and they should not be in any way disgraced or in any way feel embarrassed. The Ramban tells us that. So think about it. The mitzvah of Kibud Avayim is so important. And Baruch Hashem, in recent years, people are living longer. The life expectancy has been going up. Sometimes when parents get older, there is a lot of pressure which is being put on children to take care of their parents and who should take care of it, how they should take care of it. And I've looked at many situations and I've seen that there are things that a person can do that actually avoids a lot of these difficulties. And that has to do with long-term care. And for this reason, I invited Mr. Joel Grunfeld to be here tonight and to talk to us a little bit about long-term care. Mr. Grunfeld, welcome to the program.
My pleasure. Thank you.
If you can possibly tell us more about long-term care. You see, I believe that everybody should have long-term care to avoid any pressures that this would put on their family. Tell us a little about long-term care and how it works.
First, thanks for having me. And the product may or may not be appropriate for everybody. What is appropriate is the discussion of what the consequences of not having a plan will be. And not on you, because you will be taken care of, but on your family, the family income stream, and the retirement portfolio if you ever did need care. One of those consequences is often overlooked. Taking care of people who are chronically ill often makes caregivers chronically ill. Long-term care doesn't bring families together. Long-term care tears families apart. Your retirement plan, which has been allocated to produce an income stream for 1, a certain lifestyle in retirement, 2, keeping financial commitments. These will likely have to be reallocated to pay for long-term care. This could devastate your lifestyle and your ability to keep financial commitments.
What is long-term care?
Long-term care is assistance provided to people who have a condition or illness that limits their ability to perform normal activities of daily living. Long-term care is not the same as traditional medical care. It is assistance with the basic functions of daily living, which include those specific activities that someone must be able to perform in order to care for themselves. Bathing, eating, dressing, toileting, transferring, and continence. Long-term care is not care in a hospital. This kind of care follows what's known as a plan of care by a licensed healthcare professional and can include anything from skilled medical care to help with basic life functions, and can include household chores and transportation. This type of care is called custodial or maintenance care because although it may include medical care, it may not help you get better. 2 examples are someone with Alzheimer's may need supervision or standby assistance with activity of daily living, or someone who has suffered a stroke may need hands-on assistance or physical therapy. Now, most people only think about what custodial care would mean to them. However, sometimes you forget what the effects could be on your family or other loved ones. Some of you may know what I mean if you have been on the other side of the issue and provided care for a family member or a friend. Think about what the situations you are familiar with. Have you seen someone who needed to provide care for a loved one, or have you provided this type of care yourself? If you needed care, do you know how much it could cost? Have you thought about the emotional as well as the financial cost of not having a plan? We're starting to see what happens when people don't have a plan. Many of us have seen someone faced with the unfortunate realities of dealing with long-term care crises. Usually, our family will take care of us as long as they can. But then the options become pretty clear-cut. We spend our own money for care or end up needing to rely on welfare. Think about whether or not your family has a plan in place. And when long-term care has not been addressed in your financial plan, there is a possibility that someone will end up having to make quick decisions, perhaps with limited information about your care or even about your finances. Imagine the stress of having to make financial decisions on the fly, which accounts to liquidate, for instance. Would your spouse or children know your wishes on this? Do you think they will necessarily do what you would